A new device allows you to kiss someone over the internet. The president of Mexico claims he has proof of a mythical woodland elf, and penises are growing longer, and the reason might be pollution. These are the weird stories for Monday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast in the galaxy. Thanks for joining me. I'm the host, Jonesy. I have 3 weird news stories from all over the world. Let's get to it. A kissing device lets you smooch over the internets. You guys want to make out over the interwebs? Well, technology is moving into this space. It's no surprise. It says, do you want to send your faraway lover a kiss? Maybe you're doing one of those, what do they call those? LDRs, long-distance relationships. Maybe you met somebody over the pandemic remotely, and you're still going at it. And you want to give them a kiss from far away. You still haven't met. Well, a new Chinese contraption with warm, moving silicone lips appears to have just the answer for you guys. The device is advertised as a way to let long-distance couples share some real physical intimacy, and the device is causing a buzz among Chinese social media users who have reacted with both intrigue and shock. I don't know who would be shocked about this. Are you aware that you can control a vibrator, a sexual vibrator, remotely over the internet from thousands of miles away? Are people aware of this? This is just a kiss. This goes without saying. This is easy to do. It says here it's equipped with pressure sensors and actuators. I don't know what an actuator is, but it better be a damn good kisser. The device is said to be able to mimic a real kiss by replicating the pressure, the movement, even the temperature of a user's lips. Though to the disappointment of some people, it does not have a silicone tongue. It's unable to simulate a French kiss, so you're not going to get the full kissing experience. But it still moves, and you could probably put it in other places as well. It's still going to replicate the pressure, the movement, and the temperature of somebody's lips, and that's nice to have on your body. Sounds to me like you can even play. I see this going into a place where socially you could use this. Maybe make out roulette might be a thing. Do you guys remember chat roulette? Well, maybe make out roulette is going to be a thing. It says here, along with the kissing motion, it can transmit the sound that the user makes. Oh, good. So if you're kind of a moaner, a kissing moaner, like, you can pass that on to your remote partner as well. To send a kiss, users need to download a phone app and plug the device into their phone's charging port. Okay. After pairing with their partners in the app, couples can start a video call and then transmit replicas of their smooches to each other. Okay, so video is happening at the same time. That's pretty cool. Now, there was a similar invention called the Kissinger, which was launched by some company in Malaysia in 2016, but it came in the form of a touch-sensitive silicone pad rather than realistic-looking lips that you actually can put on your body. Now, while advertised for long-distance relationships, the Chinese device also allows users to pair up anonymously with strangers in what's called the kissing square function of the app. Oh my goodness, it's like chat. It's like make out roulette that I mentioned earlier. How did I know they were going to go this way? So you guys want to kiss some strangers anonymously? Well, this is safe. You don't have to worry about the herp, Because if you're kissing strangers, sometimes you got to worry about getting the herp. You don't want the herp on your lip. You won't get this from these silicone lips. It says here in the kissing square, if 2 strangers match successfully and like each other, they can ask to exchange kisses. Users can also upload their smooches in the app for others to download and experience. So if you happen to be a very good kisser, you could get some followers here, I'd imagine. I'm curious as to how much this device costs. It says on the site Taobao, which is China's largest online shopping site, users have shared their reviews of the device, and the price is 288 yuan. I think I said that correctly, yuan, which is about 40 USD. Here's a quote from one of the users on the shopping site. My partner didn't believe that remote kissing could be achieved at first, so her jaw dropped when she used it. This is the best surprise I've given her during our long-distance relationship. Thank you, technology. Other people were complaining about the lack of tongue action. I mean, everybody wants, they just want everything these days. No one's satisfied. You're kissing somebody remotely. That's not good enough. No, I want some tongue action, man. What about the tongue action? Many social media users saw a funny side to the device. Others criticized it as being vulgar and creepy. Okay. Some voiced concerns that minors could use this. We got to protect the kids against remote kissing. My goodness. Are they aware of what the kids are really accessing online? Do they have any clue? If the kid has a smartphone to get this app, believe you me, the kid's already explored the wonderful world of pornography that they offer for free on the device. So they're not going to be creeped out by this. One top commenter said, "I don't understand this device, but I'm utterly shocked." Yeah, no friend of mine here. How would you be shocked by this? Wait, what? This is someone who prefers their women to be covered up all the way to the eyeballs, I think, if this is shocking you. So I guess if you have a remote lover that you would like to share a smooch with, or even your grandma, faraway grandma, want to give her a birthday kiss, that's okay too, I think. This seems pretty affordable. Perhaps me and some of my listeners could get this, and we could all have a group makeout session. A bunch of weirdos making out in the, what's it called? The kissing square? Anybody down for that? No? I didn't think so. The president of Mexico claims that he has proof of a mythical woodland elf. He's got a photo of it as well. The Mexico president shared what he claims is a photograph of a mythical woodland elf that he claimed provided evidence of the existence of mischievous Mayan spirits. This guy's name is President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. He posted a photo to his social media accounts that he claims shows what's called an alux, A-L-U-X, which is from ancient Mexican folklore, I believe. The grainy photo appears to have been taken at night. It shows an indistinct creature in a tree with two bright eyes, along with some hair or what looks like it may be a headdress, staring down from the tree at the camera. The president suggested the creature resembled a sculpture from an archaeological site on the Yucatan Peninsula. He said the photo had been taken 3 days earlier by an engineer on the construction site of a new railway line known as the Tren Maya, which will connect tourist destinations, including ancient Mayan sites. Now, I think you should look at the photo yourself and judge. To me, it looks like a crackhead in a tree. I mean, I've seen crackheads in trees before. I think this is what it is. And which leads me to believe that the war on drugs in Mexico isn't going so well. There's crackheads up in trees and whatnot. This is a concern. Now, this claim was rather timely. It says the president of Mexico posted this while thousands were taking to the streets in Mexico City over the weekend to protest against an alleged presidential power grab. So this could be some PR for him to just be a distraction from what was really going on politically. However, social media users were quick to point out that the photo appeared to have been circulating online in various guises for at least 2 years. Many accused the president of spreading some fake news here. The original source of the image is unclear. President López Obrador has long expressed his reverence for indigenous cultures and beliefs. His former environment minister also drew derision in the past for saying that she believed in mythical creatures as well. According to traditional Mayan belief, aluxes are small, mischievous creatures that inhabit forests and fields, and they are prone to playing tricks on people, such as hiding things, like stealing your meth and smoking it in a forest. Some people, it says here in Mexico, actually leave small offerings to appease these spirits. It seems kind of cool. The ancient Mayan civilization, as you know, reached its height from 300 AD to 900 AD on the Yucatan Peninsula and in adjacent parts of Central America. But the Maya's descendants continue to live on in the peninsula. Many, in fact, continue to speak the Mayan language and wear traditional clothing, while also preserving traditional cuisines, crops, religion, medical practices, and mythologies, such as this here with the alux up in the tree, which I still say is a crackhead. It says here, the president's controversial picture post came as opponents flooded Constitution Square in Mexico City to protest against his planned overhaul of the electoral authority. Critics say the plan, which includes shrinking the independent agency's budget and staff, threatens to undermine Mexico's democracy overall. Well, I mean, it seems to me, given the circumstances, this is a ruse by the president to, distract people from what's really going on. They're like, we're not happy with you, sir. He's like, me? Pff, have you seen the fairy in the tree? I mean, look at that fairy, everybody. Look at the beady eyes of the fairy. I think it stole someone's crack pipe. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. Yay! Researchers are saying that the average penis size is increasing because of pollution. Oh, you don't say, as I throw some styrofoam into the fire. Grow, baby, grow. They're claiming that penises are getting longer, and we should be concerned about it. According to the scientists, the average global penile length has increased by 24% over the past 30 years, according to a new analysis from Stanford University. Researchers compiled data from 75 different studies conducted between 1942 and 2021 that reported on the penile length of 55,000 men. They found that the average erect length increased from 4.8 inches, which is 12.1 centimeters, to 6 inches, or 15.24 centimeters. This occurred, they say, over the past 3 decades. Now, this headline might elicit a giggle from certain readers, but this rapid growth is potentially worrying, according to certain researchers like Mr. Michael Eisenberg, who's quoted as saying, "The increase happened over a relatively short period of time. Now, any overall change and development is very concerning because our reproductive system is one of the most important pieces of human biology. If we're seeing this fast rate of change, it means that something powerful is happening to our bodies." Yeah, I mean, something might be happening, but hey, I'm okay with it, right? Who's not okay with the penis getting longer? Why are the penises getting longer? Well, the researchers, they say they expected to see a decline in the average male penis length over time. They were very, very surprised by the results, which could be caused by a number of factors. Chief among these possible causes is the prevalence of harmful chemicals in pesticides and hygiene products. Here's another quote from the scientist here. These endocrine disrupting chemicals, there are many of them. They exist in our environment and, of course, our diet as well. Now, as we change our body's constitution, that also affects our hormonal milieu. Chemical exposure has also been posited as a cause for boys and girls going into puberty earlier, which can affect genital development. And, of course, the researchers are concerned because pollution affects our bodies in some more harmful ways. For instance, sperm counts among men in Western countries has dropped by 59%, and that's according to one meta-analysis of 185 studies involving 45,000 men. Chemicals can impact the future fertility of babies. A Danish study published last week found that women's exposure to dangerous forever chemicals during early pregnancy could result in their children having a lower sperm count and quality later on as well. So, I mean, clearly we're dealing with all of these pesticides and chemicals, especially in the old US of A, where we have some chemicals in the foods that I read recently are completely banned in Europe and other places. My guess is the American penis size is growing because of this as well, and that can't be such a bad thing, right? I mean, we always go bigger over here, right? We want bigger cars, bigger highways, bigger buildings. We're all about bigger guns and, bigger penises. It just seems natural. Or it's unnatural, which is probably more accurate. So come over to America. Get these large breasts and penises that we have over here. Thank you, Monsanto. Yay! My glorious children, loyal listeners and supporters of the Weird AF News Enterprises. Yes, thank you so much for joining me for this lovely episode of Weird AF News. Some would say it's brilliant. I don't think so. Anyways, I'd like to give thanks and praise, as I typically do during the outro. Yes, first off, we want to thank someone who bought me some coffees off my website, weirdafnews.com. So let's give a lot of love for Who's Your Daddy? Yes, Who's Your Daddy? I know who my daddy is. Do you know who your daddy is? Who's Your Daddy bought me coffee off my website, weirdafnews.com. You can buy me coffee and leave me a note, like a love note or a hate note. Or you could, I suppose, ask me a question. I'm not sure I can answer it. I'm not that bright. Anyways, here's the message that Who's Your Daddy listed for me here. Jonesy smoking bonesies, telling stories that are weird AF. Drink this caffeine, Jonesy. I'm keeping it clean with no F-bombs as requested. Keep kicking ass as you smoke that grass. We love you and applaud your day after day podcasting way. You know, I just want to say how much I just enjoyed this message from Who's Your Daddy, who clearly is a gifted poet. You know, the way he rhymed all of these, kicking ass and smoking grass. I like to think that's what I do in life, kick ass and smoke the grass. So thank you, Who's Your Daddy, for writing that rhyme and buying me coffee, because I just love to stay caffeinated. You get the best product. The best product is from a caffeinated host. Also, we have another person bought me coffee. Carrie Bradley bought me coffee off my website, weirdafnews.com, where you can buy me coffee and keep me caffeinated and write me a love note. You can even write a poem. Oh, I hear a beep behind me. Yes, I'm in a very busy city. Yes, you could write me a love poem like Who's Your Daddy? Oh, you could sing me a song. No, you can't. You could write a song, though. You could insult me in various stanzas. Yes, I love my insults in stanza form. I find that to be very impressive and brilliant. If you're going to insult me, at least be brilliant. Carrie Bradley bought me coffees, and she just wrote a very lovely short sentence. I love listening to you. I'm not sure what that means, if she loves my content, my horrible jokes, or my sweet, mellifluous voice on the podcast 5 days a week. I can't tell. She wasn't very detailed, but Carrie Bradley loves something about the show. Don't worry, Carrie. I love you. I love getting coffees from you as well, so we both are getting something out of this, aren't we? Anyways, you guys could buy me coffee, support the show off the website, weirdafnews.com. You can also join the Patreon there. Why would you join the Patreon? Good question. Well, you could join the Patreon because it's also supporting the show, but you can also join the Patreon because you want weird additional content, which I put in the Patreon all the time, like a Ask Me Anything video, which is what I'm going to be doing this week, answering all the questions from the patrons. Do you hear the train outside the window? Here it goes. Oh, yes, the lovely sounds of San Francisco. I can't get any sleep in this effing town. Anyways, lovely. If you'd like to join the Patreon, it's patreon.com/weirdafnews, or you can go to the website of weirdafnews.com. I believe I might have mentioned it once earlier. weirdafnews.com, and you can join from there. But if you don't have any ducats to contribute, then don't worry about it. Life is hard, and the gas prices are totally crappy. Anyways, you can just tell a friend. Yes, you know, when you're sitting around in your smoking robe, you've packed your corncob pipe, you know, like Santa does, and you're smoking your pipe around the fireplace with your friends and your loved ones, or maybe the local police, you know, and you want to tell them about some new media that they might want to check out. You say, hey, have you heard of the Weird AF News podcast? It's brilliant. Yes. Yeah. Sometimes it's funny. Yes. Sometimes the host doesn't act like a complete asshole.